Hello, this is Ward at ProSkydiving.com. We've prepared some online video tutorials for you to familiarize yourself with ProSkydiving.com, and also as a training tool for drop zones that are pro members to become a little more familiar with the tools they have at their hands and what they can do with ProSkydiving.com. So we hope you enjoy. If you have any requests for tutorials you'd like to see done, please let me know at ward@ProSkydiving.com and I'll get those made for you. To another online tutorial from ProSkydiving.com. This tutorial will be defining your business and setting up Jump Run 5. It's very important to go through this very thoroughly when you first set it up. That way you have it all out of the way and you'll be able to get right into using Jump Run 5. As you see, I have the manual up because you have to read the manual and just do it as you go through. So I'm going to fumble through it a little bit, but it's the same thing you're going to do, so bear with me. So the first thing you need to do is make sure your server client is running, which it's not. You'd see a little thing over here. So I'm going to go to Start, Programs, MSDE, Service Manager. This is my server, okay? So I'm going to copy that right now. And then I'm just going to hit Start. And so now my server's running over here. Okay, great, got that. Alright, now we're going to log in. We're going to choose Jump Run. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Define Business. So Programs, Jump Run 5, Business Definitions. Okay, this is where you actually set up your company. If you don't know your server, that's the one we copied here by going to the server, right-clicking, Open SQL Service Manager, and that's the one we copy and pasted right there. Okay, so once you open Jump Run for the first time, it'll always automatically put that in, and it'll also automatically put in the database which you've used in the past. If you use security, you need to put in your login ID and password. If not, just hit OK. Now here we go, business definitions. We're going to start defining our business. So we're going to start with View. View basically goes through all of these items, and we need to set them all up for our Jump Run manifest software. So first we'll go to Options, and then each one of these we have to click and fill in the information. Business identity, business name, so we'll put in the DZ name, street address, self-explanatory, put in your street address, city, state, and zip, your business phone, your business email, and your business web page address. Very self-explanatory. Tax information. Price includes tax for your jumps. If it does, click yes. And you want to go through every single one of these. Number of taxes, you can have 6 different taxes for 6 different counties if you wanted. Put 0. Description for tax rate 1, you could put county tax. Description for tax rate 2, you could put state tax, whatever, if you charge taxes. Don't have to worry about any of those. Customer management. Default payment method. You can decide which is they're going to be their default payment method. They have to keep a credit card on file, debit card, cash, check. Set all these up right now. Okay, then nickname format. You want first name and last name first, or do you want last and first? I like doing first last. Okay. Apply personal discounts to specials. It comes later, but when you click yes, you can apply discounts to specials like early bird, loads, things like that. Make customer's barcode number the same as customer. This is if you're using a barcode scanner. It's part of the manual. If you want to use a barcode scanner, you can. That also ties right into using tickets. If you set it up to print tickets, you can print barcodes directly on the tickets. When a jumper buys 10, 15 tickets, it'll put a barcode on each on them. You buy a separate barcode reader, and you can just boop, boop, boop each time, read the barcode on the ticket, and it automatically manifests them. Okay, we'll go to the next one down, reserve repack interval in days. We'll say 180. Waiver re-signing method. You have to re-sign after a certain number of days, usually 365, or you can re-sign on a specific date. And that can be January 1st of every year if you like. But we'll do it after 365 days. Unchanging waiver re-sign date. So if you do want it to, every year they have to sign it on October 1st or January 1st, you put the date in there. Waiver signature interval in days, 365. That's if we do have a every year. Should the waiver date for new customers default the current business day? Yes. So it'll ask you every day when you log in, what's the current business day. Default balance limit. You can set this for individuals, meaning say if you put 50 in there, they cannot go over $50 with their balance without it flagging you. Should new customers be automatically marked as students? If most of the people you're going to be putting in are students, you can make that yes, that'll automatically default them as students, but you can change it later. You can make a default city for a new customer. If it's usually always going to be Chicago, then you can put Chicago in every one. That way every person you put in will be Chicago. We'll show you how to change that later. We'll even show you how to change it, be marked as students later. The default state for customers, we'll put Illinois. And change that later. Record customers' language. If you want to, you can. English, Spanish, French, whatever. Allow various currencies. If you want to allow different currencies, euros, pesos, whatever, you can. We're going to click no. And then record customers' country. If you want to do record keeping later of where they come from, France, Russia, wherever, you can click yes. We're going to put no. And then keep going down through the line. Customer manifest checks. This is things that will flag you if it's not done. Your reserve packed. You can check. Don't check every time you manifest someone. Warn someone if the reserve is out of date, or you flag it where you don't manifest them if the reserve is not packed in date. Same with the waiver signed. All three options same. You can not check, you can warn, or you can not manifest them if the waiver is not signed. If the balance limit is exceeded, same options. You can also put in a Parachute Association membership expiration. If it's expired, then you can do the same things. Don't check it at all, warn you if they're expired, or don't manifest them at all if they're expired. And you can also set the check skill currency. You can set up skill currencies later, and it will check to see if they have the currency to be making certain type of jumps. Okay, and set these up. Set every one of these up as you're getting your company defined. Security. If you want to do security, that means you have to remember your ID and password. You can use security option. We'll put no. If you do, you have to remember your passwords. And then log activity to file. Log activity to file means basically everything that happens. So anybody that, if you do use security and Manifest Girl 1 logs in with Manifest 1 and her password and makes some changes, if you're logging the activity to file, and you click yes, whenever you do a log file, it'll tell you everybody that has done anything. So if Manifest Girl 1 has logged in, she's doing the operations, and she's adding $10 a day or a week to her boyfriend's account, you can go in with the security option if you're forcing them to log in and see the file, the activity file, and see what they've done and see if they're kind of screwing you a little bit. Manifest options. Go through each one. Sort manifests by either plain load and load by plain and load number, or by manifest number. I like to do it by plain and load number. Sort displayed manifest item, either by nickname, altitude, weight, or team. And what that means is we do it by nickname because it just displays as the person. Okay, and as you're doing this and you're reading these, go through, because every single one that I'm clicking on through here, as you go down in the manual, it is explaining, like customer management. It's explaining each thing, what it means, and what you might want to pick for your drop zone, depending on how you want to do it. Okay, so sort load slip items is next, and that would be, if we follow along in the manual, it's manifest options, sort manifests, and it gives you examples of how it will sort if you pick it a certain way. So read through each one of these and set it up just the way you like it. So sort load slips items by nickname. We'll do check jumper weights at manifest time. If you want, you can check the weights. If you say nobody over 240, okay, same thing. You can not check, warn you, or not manifest. Calculate the center of gravity for each load. It's a pretty advanced option. If you want to do that, you can, but then you'll have to put in every single person's weight. You have to put in the weight and balance of the plane, the aft CG, the CG of the plane, everything like that, and then it will automatically check for you if you have too much weight on the plane, too many people forward, too many people back. It'll tell you where to put them in the plane. It's a lot more detailed, but that's how powerful this software is. You can click manifest a person more than once on the same load. For example, you have a tandem master who's also going to throw out static line students on the way up. So if you do pick that and you want to put the tandem instructor who's going to be a static line guy on the same load, you can put him on there twice. You can click yes to make sure that you can put the same person on twice. Or maybe he's doing a static line and then he's going to go up and do coaching, so you can manifest him twice on the same load. Use plane cycle times. That's a good option. Yes, if you know your plane takes around 18 minutes to get up and down. It's a pretty fast plane, but you'll want to do that. That way it'll start counting down your times, and you'll know, especially with Departure Viewer, how much time you have left before your plane lands. If you want to count people on load, of course, don't manifest. If you have a 21 capacity airplane and there's 23, it just won't manifest your 22nd, 23. Okay. Display price items. That's another thing that you just have to pick for your own business. You'll be going down here and looking at display price items as you get through here. That's entirely up to you. You just have to read the manual and go through there because it's all for your drop zone. Your custom data, okay? Right now, you can change each of these descriptions here. They acronym for Parachuting Association. Label for Customer Text Area 1. This is if you want to put type of instructor. And then label for Custom Text Area 2. Proficiency level. These are things you can set up to outline each of the customer's custom data, okay, where they jump from or whatever. Okay, you can have up to 4 if you like. And then label for customer's first number, just home. This is all the information about the customer that you're going to put in once you enter them in a manifest when you get a new customer. Second phone number, third phone number, first email address, second email address. You can change the labels for these. Web address, label for customer, yes, no, area 1. So like if you put in a label for customer text area 1 and you put tandem instructor, and then so the label for customer yes, no, area 1, it'll just be yes or no for the tandem instructor on 1. Same with 2, same with 3. Label for customer date 1. I don't know what that is, but it's defined over here. And since this is going to be long anyway, I'll just let you read that. It's really self-explanatory. You got to do a little bit of work to set your company up. Okay. Same for label for customer date 2 and customer date 3. Okay. So now we'll go back to, we've gone through all these already. That was options. Now we'll go back to view, go to lists. Skill ratings and currency. Tip, you can sequence the items in a list by clicking on an item and dragging it up or down a list where you want it to appear, okay? So you can define various skill levels and the number of days which a person must jump to remain current. So what we'll do is we'll hit new, tandem, I, active, days until not current. We'll make him 30, save. We'll do AFFI, active, 30 days, save. Oh, got to put new, sorry. New, tandem, I, active, 30 days, save. So now you got tandem 1 and AFF for your skills and currency, okay? Then in this, remember we're still in view lists. These are all the lists you can do. We'll do customer categories, okay? Allows you to segment your customers into various categories. This promotes better customer service. You can also make price adjustments based on customer categories elsewhere in business definitions. So you could put new 4-way team and make it active, or you can make it the default for a category and then hit save. Okay, and then price category. You have to have at least one price category when you define price items. We'll put new store jumps. We'll make it active. Save. We'll do another one, new drinks from the store, and we'll hit save. Then we'll keep going down through. Country. allows you to specify which country your customers reside in. Setting a country as a default, that means when you make a new customer, it automatically puts them in the country. So we'll add a new one. We'll put USA, and we'll make it default. That means every customer you put in, it's going to put them in the USA, unless you change it. Currency, again, you can specify the type of currency. Just add new, put in pesos, hit save. Language, English, Spanish, you can do all that. Hit new, type in your name, save, make it default if you want. Remember, read the manual. This explains what each one of these things done. I just don't want this to be a 45-minute tutorial on setting up your company. So, source of contact. This is good for marketing to allow customers to keep track of how they located your business. So we can put new, we can put USPA mag, and then we'll make it active and hit save. Or we'll put new radio save. Okay, and then schedules. You can describe what sorts of schedules you maintain. Each of these will be available in the bookings module. Again, you can create new schedules. Read through the manual. It gives you a description of all of the schedules you can possibly do. So those are our lists. Now we're going to go to... I do apologize. I skipped a little bit. I went straight to extended price adjustments here. Remember, we made that one four-way team, and then we... I kind of skipped ahead a little bit. You should go first to list items, and then now we're going to make a new item. Alright, so new name is going to be, say if it's the 13.5 jump, you can just put 13.5. Price category, it's going to be jumps. See how it all kind of comes together as you're filling in your business definitions. Alright, and the type means you always uses a slot. So if it's a 13,500 jump, it always uses a slot. Okay, base price, $25 jumps. Active, yes. Skill required. Since we set up only 2 levels of skill currency and we decided that we did make that required, you have to be an AFFI. We could have put in experienced jumper, student, whatever. Okay. Number of instructors, let's say you can put it takes 2 instructors, and it will tell you that you don't have 2 instructors for this jumper that you're putting in, and it will adjust that for you. So there are a lot of things to set up, but it's a really powerful tool once you get them all set up. Adjustments, you can take amount, like if you have a time adjustment, you want to do an early bird load, you can do 15% off the price. Or let's say it's a weekday load and you want to take 5% off the price, or a cash discount, or maybe a group quantity. And then these are blanked out because we didn't do the barcode of the serial numbers. You can also do rental interval. That's kind of for lockers, things like that. You can rent by the week, and it expires every, if you're doing it by weeks, doing it by months, we'll say lockers expire every 6 months. Okay, cost per unit is $500 per locker every 6 months, whatever. And then you can track inventory, and you make this item as redeemable. Again, read your manual. It'll tell you all about this. So we've made a new name. We'll save it. So now we've got a 13,500 jump. We'll do one more. We'll call it Hop and Pop. Actually, we'll call it Drinks. Gatorade. And the price category is going to be drinks, because we've already made this previously setting it up. And we'll put, it's a counter item. Okay, base price, $2. Active, yes. Skill required, leave it blank. 0 instructors, no adjustments unless you want an adjustment for any of these reasons. Okay, serial numbers assigned by the system or you. You can assign serial numbers to, like say it's gear or anything like that. You want to put a serial number to. You can have the system assign them for you, or you can assign them, but you can leave all this stuff blank. Same with the rental interval, and we'll just hit save. So now we've got a Gatorade. We'll do one more jump, Hop and Pop. No skill required. We'll call it a jump. Always uses a slot. Base price, $15. Active, yes. We won't do any of this other stuff. No discounts, anything like that. Save. Great. Now we'll go, sorry, I skipped one, extended price adjustments. So now we'll say, okay, let's say we made 2 categories, but you can make more as we set it up. Customer category, 4-way team, 13.5. We're going to give them 10% discount on all their jumps that they make. Save. Okay, so now all 4-way team members, if you do that later, they'll get 10% discount on all the 13.5 jumps. Okay, so we'll keep going back up to view. Now we'll go back down to planes. Here's where you put in your plane information. We'll hit new. Twin Otter. Active, yes. Seats, we'll put 21. Default altitude, 13.5. Remember, this sets up in the altitudes that we've already set up. So you want to make sure you put in all your altitudes. If you go to 85 sometimes, put in 85. If you go to 13.5 most of the times, put in 13.5. If you do hop and pops, do that. Because if not, once you get to here, you won't be able to enter these things in. So it all builds off of one another. We'll do 13.5 default altitude. Cycle time is 22 minutes. Save. Okay, new, slow water, active, seats, 20, default altitude, hop and pop, cycle time, 10 minutes. Save. So now you have 2 of your planes you can put in. Okay, back to view, keep setting it up. Weight and balance data. Now this is only if you had your CG calculations on. This is where if you would have made the system automatically calculate your weight and balance in CG, here's where you would put in your maximum weight, your empty weight, your fuel load, all this good stuff, and then it would tell you if you're exceeding your CG and if it's unsafe with your plane. We have it off, so we don't have to worry about it right now. It's not going to come up on Manifest. That's part of, configuring your business. Now we'll go to security. Again, this is security. If you want to make different administrators that can do different things, we'll put new. We'll put login ID, Manifest girl, Manifest, or we'll just put Steph, for example. And Stephanie is going to be her name. Password is going to be password, for example. And this lets you see everything. This lets her get into whatever you want her to do. So queries, inventory adjustments, if you don't want them to adjust money, if you don't want them to do payments, if you don't want them to do counter sales or customers, don't click them. But any power you want to give them, click this. If you do administration, pretty much lets them do everything. Read the manual and see what all these things do and if you want to allow your customers to do that or not. And then hit save, and then it'll save that login ID person who's going to be running Manifest and what they can actually do. We're going to skip this though. Okay. Now we're going to go to secure reports. Nah, we don't want to save those changes. Okay. This shows items on each manifest within a day. All right. The manifests are sorted by plane name and load number, so you can do all these, whatever you want to do on your reports. You can do all balances. Give it a second. It can do certificate first jump for the first jump. It can, it'll create a first jump certificate automatically for you. It'll print out all the counter sales for you. It'll price and tax the totals for counter sales for you. I mean, there's a lot of power in this software. It'll show you manifest by plate and load by day, and then it'll do the reports for you at the end of the day when you do the reports. So again, read your manual and set these up exactly like you want your company set up, because once you start running Jump Run 5, if you don't have all these things filled in, then it's going to create a lot of headaches. So that is basically how to set up your company. So once you get all those things filled in, you're good to go, and you can start using Jump Run 5. The next tutorial is going to be how to actually use the system, to actually manifest people on the load, send the load, use the departure viewer, and see how much time is left, and that's going to be our next tutorial. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any tutorials you'd like to see added, email me at ward@proskydiving.com. If you would like to see our other tutorials, go to facebook.com/proskydiving or youtube.com/proskydiving. Again, we always have 24/7 customer support for free. We'll help you with this if you have any trouble. But please, please, please read the manual. It's pretty self-explanatory, and it will give you exactly what each of these things mean. So, hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks, guys.